After Top Boy's revival with Season 4 on Netflix, people are getting more curious about the filming of the series. What happened to Micheal Ward on set that affected him mentally? And why did the actors feel emotionally drained when filming? Let's check out the struggles that they had to go through on set. Too many emotions. It's not a secret that Top Boy is a very heavy show. The series is filled with a lot of emotions and many scenes that make your jaw drop due to it being either super realistic or extremely shocking. The series is so well made that it's not only viewers who feel unsettled by it. Recently, it's been revealed by the cast that their experience filming the latest season of Top Boy wasn't easy. Jasmine Jobson, who plays Jack on the show, revealed what she went through on the set. She shared in the Dazed interview, "I had to personally go through a massive emotional journey with Jack. There were days where I actually found myself needing to take 5 minutes before and after scenes just to hone in on what I was feeling." Not only that, but she also revealed that she cried several times on set due to going through so many different emotions. Jasmine said, "I take everything really seriously, so there are a lot of tears and upsets." One of the reasons for Jasmine Jobson's crying on set was how connected she felt to the storyline with her and her on-screen sister Lauren. Jasmine seems to genuinely love Lauren, who's played by Saffron Hawking. She also shared that it was really difficult to film on some days, to the point when she had to take breaks and reflect on what happened on the set. "I found it really difficult to separate myself from my character this season. I found myself having to sit down and reflect on all the emotions I had gone through after a day of filming and taking a few deep breaths before I could really move on from it and be myself again." It's safe to say, though, that Jasmine did an amazing job portraying Jack and pulling off all those emotions. She herself said that she's the type of person who wears her heart on her sleeve. However, she feels proud of doing method acting, and she's okay with dealing with the after effects of it. Big sacrifice. It's not only Jasmine who's gone through hell when it comes to emotions this season. Her on-screen love interest Bex, played by Adwa Aboa, had to channel some really dark thoughts to connect with her character. The pressure was twice as big on her, though, due to Bex being the first ever TV role for Adwoa. Before she landed the role of Bex, Adwoa was working as a model, but now her career looks brighter than ever because of starring in Top Boy. Although she said that she's incredibly grateful for Bex being her first ever role, she went through a big struggle on the set. The actress had to really sacrifice her own mental health during filming in order to deliver the best results. Adwoa shared in an interview, "I go through my own turmoil on the show with the topic of homophobia, something that I can't necessarily relate to because I've never been in a situation like that. But it was a very interesting circumstance to kind of put myself into." But then she revealed what the biggest struggle was. "I had to really get myself to quite a dark space mentally, and that is really emotionally taxing." It's not all, though. Adwoa also shared that when they were filming, they obviously did the same things again and again to get the best shots. However, this was so mentally exhausting that she suddenly felt like doing runways as a model is much easier. She said, "It was definitely a new form of exhaustion. As a model, I'm used to doing back-to-back shows, and that is exhausting, but this felt different." And despite the series being challenging to film, Adwoa admitted that it's a great representation of what's happening in the world right now. The filming nightmare. The viewers of the series were shocked when they heard Micheal Ward talk about the most challenging scenes to film and how it affected him mentally. It's often said that actors sometimes get so attached to their roles that they feel like they're the ones experiencing the storyline in real life. In interviews, actors also frequently share that they got so caught up in the moment when filming emotionally challenging scenes that it affects their mental health to the point when they can't stop thinking about it months after wrapping up the project. The same thing happened to Micheal Ward, who revealed that one scene in particular brings up very dark thoughts to his mind this day. The scene in question is from Season 3, but Micheal talked about it in a recent interview. It's the scene where Tilly gets shot. When watching the scene back, Micheal seemed visibly emotional, and it all made sense after he said, "I be real, every time I watch that scene I get goosebumps. When I hear like a motorbike coming towards me, not that I'm traumatized, but I still get weirded out because of filming this scene. I remember it just felt so real." Micheal then added that it just felt really bad to see Tilly on the ground and that it made him think about people who are actually living this life, that it's not just a scene in a TV series, but somebody's reality, and that someone out there might be experiencing this at that moment. Having real-life conversations. Now, this one was a bit of a struggle, but also a good way to get into the on-screen role. Little Sims, who plays Shelly in the show, has revealed that she had to have several conversations with people she knows in real life in order to understand the things from the script. Top Boy can be very intense, and as we got to see a deep dive of Shelly's life for this season, it meant that the actress Little Sims had to do some extra work. She shared, "For me, it's about understanding that I'm here to tell a story, and once I'm in that space and that environment, I'm completely locked in. I devote my everything to that." And she proved her words to be true when she revealed that she went to some friends to talk about her character and those experiences. Little Sims said, I know so many people who have experienced similar things to Shelley, so having those real-life open conversations with them about what they've been through has helped me apply that to what I'm doing on screen. What drove her to do this extra work was to represent these things as best she could. As Little Sim said, she wants to portray the character in the proper way because she's aware of people out there who go through these experiences every day. Just like Micheal Ward, Little Sims also realizes that this is somebody's reality. Love and hate relationship. Micheal Ward seems to be having a low-key love and hate relationship with his on-screen character, Jamie. Not only is he experiencing everything very emotionally, but he also feels like portraying Jamie is challenging due to him being very different in real life. Micheal had to say this in the Dazed interview. Figuring out why Jamie does certain things that I, Micheal, wouldn't agree with can be a challenge. At times I'd question why he makes certain decisions, but I had to block that out and focus what I resonate with him on. As you can see, after all these years, it's still a struggle for Micheal to understand why his on-screen character does something, and this presents itself as a little bit of a struggle for him to deal with. However, when filming, he does everything he needs in order to get to the proper mood and vibe, so the portrayal of his characters come off as very authentic. Overthinking the character. The character of Dushan in Top Boy is played by Ashley Waters. He shared his own struggle. Although it's not as big as, for example, Michael's filming nightmare, it still made his job a bit hard on set. Walters revealed that he's extremely different from his on-screen character. This can be either a curse or a blessing, because actors either love or hate playing characters that aren't like them. Walter said there's one similarity between him and Duchesne, though. We're very different, but one characteristic I share with Duchesne is his need to finish what he starts. My work ethic has always been a huge part of my success from the start. Duchesne never gives up, and neither do I. Despite them sharing one personality trait, which is great, there seems to be a little challenge that Walters needs to tackle every time he steps on set. According to him, it's this. The most challenging aspect of portraying him is making sure I get it right. The first thought in my mind when I step on set is, will the real Duchesnes of this world believe it? And seeing how well Walter's portraying his character, he surely deserves all the praise. The secret behind the cancellation. As many fans know, Top Boy first aired in 2011 on Channel A. It got canceled after 2 seasons in 2013, and then was adapted by Netflix due to Drake's request to film the show again. Online media outlets revealed why the cast of the show struggled to keep the show alive back in 2013, and why it was actually canceled. Ronan Bennett, who wrote the script for Top Boy, said that when Channel A decided to drop Top Boy and cancel the show completely, it felt like a slap in the face, not to him, but to the community that it was representing on TV. According to Bennett, he never got a proper explanation from Channel A why they canceled the show, and allegedly the cast also had no information about it. Well, according to several sources, Channel A shared that it seemed like a risk to produce Season 3. Apparently, they felt like the show wouldn't become a huge success. It's understandable that the producers had no idea that Drake would become such a fan of the show and eventually promote it, and due to feeling insecure about the profits, they canceled it. But as it's said by Huck Magazine, this feels like a big insult towards the cast and creators of Top Boy, because if Channel A was willing to pay £75 million for The British Bake Off, they could have surely spread some coins on Top Boy. But what's done is done, and the show is currently thriving on Netflix. What do you think about the cast of Top Boy? Did you enjoy Season 4, or do you feel like it was underwhelming? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and have a great day!